Hey guys, Cloudos here, and we are playing Final Fantasy Exvius again. So there's this event trial thing, Dr. Sid and Famfrit. So this is my playthrough. It's gonna be here. I'm gonna just slide back into it. Still see me, right? Yeah. So I'm using this team, Zon, because yeah. Riku, Noctis, and this would be my attacker Orlando. And I'm borrowing a Zyrus friend that is double rotted. So his magic is insane, but you don't necessarily need that insane amount of magic. Yeah, I'm just having him for the water guard. You can also have water guard from Darkening, Mercedes, even Penelope, I think, in her 6-star form. Yeah, that's probably the cheapest water guard unit, but you need to evolve it. Okay, so right off the bat, Dr. Sid is going to just cast some buff on himself, and if you have Son, you can just turn the tables and steal his buff onto yourself, and that buff is great. So you can, I'm fast forwarding this here because I don't think you want to sit here for half an hour. Yes, I took half an hour because I was really being careful about this attempt. Yeah, so Son is really a key player in this. If you don't have him, you will need to then have your own buffs, which I think you should have. You plenty of your own buff. If you have Riku, she's a very good unit in this trial as well. This is actually a pretty easy trial. So the first one is not much. Now Sid is immune to all elements by 100% except for light and dark in the first one, and light only in the second one, which is 50% resistance. So if you have Orlando doing his Divine Ruination, is pretty much light resist is pretty much cut to neutral 0, and then you can deal light elemental damage. But my Sid, you have seen that I didn't even equip Excalibur because Famfrit is immune to light. Yeah, immune to light also, and immune to water. So a bit of weird that the mission requires you to cast water guard when both of them are immune to water. I don't know, I just cast it for the mission, just that one time. Cyrus is just going to just do his normal dragon blood whatever stuff. So yeah, I mean he's just there for the water guard. If I have a water guard mage, or if I train Mercedes or something, I would be using someone else. I'll probably be using a heavier damager or Tidus. Tidus would be good here. Yeah, because Tidus naturally is water resistant, so you want to build a team centered based around water resistance, because of Famfrit is going to cause a lot of water element, physical and magical. Yeah, so the first Dr. Sid one, basically if you have Orlando, you can just Divine Ruination all the way, just steal the buff, or if you can't steal the buff with Zon, debuff him so that you can attack him. He's not all that big. Dr. Sid is only going to do like physical damage. If you have a physical tank to absorb everything, that would be good. So in my team, Noctis is the physical tank, or rather he's an evasive tank. So he's going to fish all damage to him, physical damage, and just evade and dodge and cover. And he's going to cast cover. He's actually, I didn't have any healers, so Noctis cover is the only region healer in this team, aside from Riku's Albeit Potion, which heals a fixed 1000, so it's also not really that strong of a heal. But yeah, well, you will see that I'm actually quite alright, because all you need to do is actually just steal Dr. Sid's buff. In the second battle, I think it happens every 4 turns that you could steal his buff. He either casts it on himself or on Famfrit, so just look out for which one. This is also why I took some time for this trial, because I need to check the buffs and check my own buffs and steal from the correct guy, or debuff from the correct guy. Bring this spell, okay, if you don't have Zon. And the other thing you want is to have water resistance. Now the mission is called for no green magic, so you can't use Bar Watera. You can't use Carbuncle basically. Carbuncle spell, not the summon, but you could use ability type resist. So I think Tidus have one skill, and Riku also have a all elemental. Heck, get Tidus, get Riku, man. If you didn't have Riku, what were you doing? You didn't watch my last video when I was summoning for her, right? Yeah, I told you to get Riku. She's really good. Regretting now, huh? Right, so because Riku has a skill that resists your entire team, all elements 40%, as well as do a damage mitigation. Yeah, so damage mitigation is not a defense buff. Damage mitigation. Her ulti also gives you a defense and spirit buff and auto revive. Man, why didn't you get her? Well, if you got her, good for you for paying attention. And okay, so I've covered with Zon. If you don't have Zon, get this spell and a buffer. Riku is a very good buffer. If you don't have Riku, hope you have Tealith, or I mean, the worst case, you use COD for some elemental ability-based elemental resist buff. You also want to have like defense buff, because although Dr. Sid here will cast his defense spirit buff, which you can steal if you have Zon, it's only happening on every 4 turns. So there are some turns where you need to rely on your own team. And okay, so Noctis, if you don't have Noctis, get a good tank, a Warrior of Light or Cecil. Cecil will be a good tank because he can heal your team. But you just have to keep an eye out for the mana, because Noctis can recover regen mana as well. Warrior of Light have a attract ability. I mean, he can cast on himself to draw 100% of the damage, so it's very good for some of the turns where Famfrit will actually cast his physical water element attack. You can sort of see it when he says Ready Cannonade, and then you know that next turn is going to cast. Now, I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried about that one actually. You just have to get a good tank, and the last unit you can use an attacker, and or it could be your ally to be attacker, and just another person that's doing water guard. So that's a 5-man team. That's all you need. So with regards to this fight, the second fight is a little longer. I am trying, actually what I'm aiming to is to kill both of them at the same time, because if you kill one off, it's kind of like the Dark Esper's trial. The other one, you kill one off, the other one will get super powered and things like that. Sid would buff all his attack and stuff, and if you kill Famfrit, and if you kill Sid first, Famfrit will start casting Water Jar like every 3 turns, and well, it's a lot of damage. So I want to keep them both alive. I also want to steal Sid's buff, so I have to keep them both alive, because Sid kind of don't really cast his buff after if Famfrit dies. Now the other thing to look out for is the health, the HP thresholds, the health thresholds. I'm just going to put it all somewhere here. Right. Dr. Sid have his own thresholds, and Famcrit have his own threshold. Basically, you just, well, if your team is kind of strong, like with all the buffs and stuff, you don't really have to care about the thresholds. But if your team is kind of, you know, you don't have the buff, you might want to not go past the threshold just yet, because going past the threshold you get an AoE. So that's the only thing I think you need to watch for. Aside from that, just keep all the buffs up, keep water resistance up, and keep your health up. This battle takes long. Your healer, he or she might run out of mana, so just prepare some items for that if you don't have mana recovery unit. It is actually a pretty easy trial, so just go try it out on your own. It's not that hard, just keep up your buffs. And yeah, I mean I'm not using any super trust mastery or anything, so good luck with your attempt, and I'll see you in another video pretty soon. Bye bye.